We should do together a Bollywood movie of how we met. It would be quite romantic. I'm proud of you because you managed to get an incredible girlfriend like me.
Yeah, I agree.
I love you so much.
I love you.
Today he told me that at our wedding he wants to do a speech in Serbian. Hello my lovelies and welcome to another video. I am so pleased to be here with you today with my fiance. Ta-da!
Ta-da!
You did well.
Thank you.
Well done. So, ladies and gentlemen, I could not be happier to finally tell you this story. We wanted to film this story in Capri, but the truth is... What is the truth?
The truth is that in Capri was super hot.
Yeah.
The light was just wrong. We couldn't. So we decided that
We're gonna film it at home.
we're gonna film it at home where we are more
Relax,
relaxed and chill.
We can tell you the story.
And we are at the end of the day. I mean, not
Exactly.
really, because I came home a little bit earlier for this, but it's okay. We are relaxed,
I'm very grateful.
chill.
I'm very grateful, you guys, that Filippo came home earlier today
It's
to
fine.
film this because I kindly asked if he could, because honestly, I don't want to tell you the story about our engagement 3 months after. I feel like now it's been how long? 3 weeks?
Sorry, can I come back in a sec?
I think it's been 3 weeks since we got engaged, and I honestly never felt this much love and happiness in my life. First of all, obviously, it's just all the love that you receive from other people around you, all the congratulations, all the kindness, people kind of coming in, and also the fact that all of my friends and family love Filippo is just so beautiful. The fact is that probably you're usually people's favorites, that's the truth. So that is really beautiful, and it's been especially nice feeling. But before we delve into the whole story and we start telling you all about engagement, the ring, the wedding, the proposal itself, all of the pre and aftermath, I actually wanted to also send a little message to all of you out there who perhaps have not yet found your person and are worried that maybe it's hard to find the one person, or are worried that it's really difficult. I wanted to say that I feel like I was pretty much in the same place before I met Filippo. I mean, maybe not, I was never really worried about not finding the right person, but I always wondered, will I ever meet the person that would make me feel kind of that all of the things that are important to me make sense. And I don't know, obviously I am 34 years old and I have met many people before in my life. I have dated before. I know how hard it is, especially if you live in a bigger city, how hard the dating life can be. I know a lot of my friends from New York and London, they say that it's brutal. The dating life is brutal. But I also wanted to say not to give up on hope. I don't know if you have something to add on that, but I wanted to say that, sometimes things don't work out so that something better can work out in life. And with all due respect to everybody who's ever entered and exited my life before, I wanted to say that I learned from my mistakes a lot of the times what I don't want in my life, so that I can finally meet a person that I'm like, wow, this is what's right for me. And that's how I feel right now, which is truly incredible, because I never thought it'd be possible that I meet a person for me that ticks all the boxes,
Yeah, what I can say is that I feel the same. I also found the woman of my life, and I've also been through maybe others which they were all learning lesson to me. They all gave me something. So of course it's, if you feel the pressure to find the right person, I think is wrong, because the right person is out there. It's a skill to find her, or just sometimes things come to the right moment. I don't think people should feel any pressure in finding the right person. I was never thinking I need the right person in my life. I always thought of experiencing people, experiencing places, experiencing jobs, and then what is not up to you. Whatever comes.
I agree, but like, for example, as a woman, I always wanted to find a true love. It's like, it's something that perhaps how I am. I'm very like romantic and emotional, and I quite like that like Hollywood ideal of finding the one person, because I'm like that. I can't help it. It is what it is. So because of that, I always wanted to find that one person. But the more people I was meeting, I was feeling that it's impossible to find the person.
Yeah, but those were part of the journey, no?
Exactly. It's just that, it's a bit of a bet. You don't know that you're one day going to find the person. So I wanted to say, for anybody out there who might feel like it's really difficult not to settle and to keep looking, because I feel like the right person will come.
It's like in business. The moment you are comfortable where you are is the moment where the right thing comes. The moment you are looking for something is the worst statement in terms of mind to look for something.
Agree.
So the secret is to get in the right space to yourself, to be happy where you are, and in that moment things will come. And this is like a fact, because whenever you're fine with yourself, things will come. Look at at us. I was happy before you.
Yeah.
Very happy. But then you came in my life, and then you understand that whatever you were before, it was nothing compared where you are now.
And it's same for me. I think we told that story.
Yeah.
Like, before I met you, I wanted to go on this like single lifestyle. Like, I joined all the members club. Also,
other people see your aura. So they need to see that there is something nice. The place where they going, the place where they put it themselves is a beautiful place.
Yeah.
But of course, as they said, to get in a nice place is not the highway.
I also think that
it's always the little road that takes you to the most magic places.
But I also think that, and you can tell me from the male perspective, is that desperation can be sensed miles away. And honestly, like, especially when it comes to women, or even in business, like, I can sometimes sense desperation, and it's just not attractive. Like, it's not something that I want to, nobody really wants.
No. It's like, in business, the other brands, in our case, or the other lawyers, or the other, depends your field. But whenever they see you happy and successful, that's when they want you.
Correct.
They don't want a desperate person.
Yeah.
They don't want someone that is looking for something. They want someone that is, at the happy space.
But I actually knew, when I knew that I was going to marry you?
No.
I actually knew from the first date.
Yeah, that's because, I didn't. To be honest, I didn't at all. When I met you, I knew you were...
I also think, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I also think that when you meet me and you don't know me very well, I have a completely different first impression to what I really am.
Yeah,
I also think
100%.
on social media, you probably thought, like, look at this, like, stupid girl.
Never.
No?
Stupid. Loud, yes. Stupid.
But, like,
never.
high maintenance. What does she expect from life? Like, you can have such different expectations.
Yeah. When I met you, I thought immediately that you are super smart, baby, and like a very fast woman. I never had the impression that you were a light girl. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then we went on a date, and of course, I was impressed by your beauty and by your brain and
by my punctuality.
Yeah, and all I wanted, to be honest, when you remember we went for dinner, all I wanted was to know you. That's it.
Nothing.
I didn't want to marry you. I didn't want to get engaged. I was looking for a girlfriend. I wasn't. I was just looking for a very interesting person. That interesting person could have been a one-night stand, or it could have been the woman of my life. But that's how I am. I'm open to things. Okay? So I'm like, I want to know this woman. And that's why I invite you for dinner.
Yeah.
We went for dinner, and then I'm like, okay, I like her. Okay, she's nice. Okay, she's smart. Okay, next step, I want to, spend time with her.
Yeah.
And then COVID came, 3 months on the phone.
Every single day.
And then as soon as you could come to Paris, you came to Paris. We spent a beautiful week together. And here is where that thing that changed my life happened. And I want to tell you now, because it's been like 3 months that I promised.
Okay.
So I feel like now is the right moment to say what changed my life is that after we spent 1 week together in Paris, Tamara was.
Well, first of all, just to give a little bit of background for you guys who haven't watched the first part where Filippo and I explained a lot of details, I wanted to say that also I went to Paris for a week. I booked a return train back to London from Paris on Sunday, and you know, like these 7 days were really, for me, were perfection because we just spent beautiful time together. Like, you know, Paris was very quiet. It was gorgeous. It was romantic. You cooked. We enjoyed. Like, you know, it was.
No,
really
it was a perfect week. And then after 1 week, we were together. Tamara is ready to leave, and I'm ready for Tamara to leave. You know, we spent a beautiful week together. I can go back to my routine. She's going back to London. I was living in Paris at the time, and so she's ready to go. And, I was happy for the week we had together, and I was happy to see her in the next couple of weeks. I go to London, then you come to Paris, and then how was in my mind the process?
Yeah, like
we understood in that week that we did want to spend time together. We did want to go ahead with the relationship, whatever the relationship was going 100%. To be. So she's leaving. At some point, she looked at me with the luggage ready, and she's like, well, are you not telling me anything? So I remember like it was yesterday, and I was confused. I'm like, what do you mean? Are you not telling me anything? I'm like, yeah. I mean, I had an amazing week. Yeah. I had an amazing week, and I'll come see you in the next couple of weeks. I need to check my schedule, and then I'm happy to come to London so we can spend some time together. I want to know you. And she said, like very straightforward, are you not asking me to stay? And I was like, I don't know. Everything came into my brain in that moment, but I was like, no, first of all, I'm not asking you to stay.
No, you said, I mean, if you want to stay, you can stay.
Of course. I mean, I was happy for you to stay, but I wasn't ready for it. You know what I mean?
Also, I think like you didn't want that kind of commitment of you to ask from me to stay.
I didn't. Also wasn't my style. I need to get back to myself. I need to process what happened that week.
Yeah.
I need to come back to you in your own environment. I need to see you in your environment. And then, I take things slowly. I mean, too slow, clearly. But then, anyway, end of the story, she said, well, I'm not leaving. I'm staying. And she never left since that day, baby.
But I wanted
to
to say, correct?
Yeah.
I wanted to say that for me, it was a huge shock with Filippo because from the moment that I met him, he showed a lot of interest in me. Like you guys know the story, if you watched the first part, if you haven't, go and watch it. On the second date that I saw him, he told me, if I guess what fragrance you're wearing, will you marry me? So basically you asked me actually to marry you like
it was at Balmain
3 years
show.
Ago. Yeah. And
yeah, but I was just flirting, baby.
Yeah, baby, but the proposal is a proposal. I said yes.
Baby, proposal without a ring is not a proposal.
Correct. Well done. Your Eastern European girlfriend taught you well.
Yes.
Anyway, the point was...
Fiancé, by the way.
Exactly. I mean, girlfriend at the time, The point is that he was really interested in me, but he was never like gaslighting me. He was never like sort of love bombing me, saying like, oh my God, you're so special, you're gorgeous, you're any of that. He was always like asking me and challenging me, but always giving me attention, never disappearing. You were always texting me. You were calling me regularly. It's not like I would ever text you and not get a message response.
I'm not that
like
kind.
playing.
I'm not the kind, the player.
Same.
I'm not a mysterious.
Same.
I'm not. I want to say something.
If I don't like you, I will say it. Listen, it's not
Yeah.
for me. Not to break your like dreams, but you know what? It's a no. So anyway, this guy was like showing interest, but he was not going overboard. And I was used to guys really going like all like kind of crazy. Like I mean,
No, you were like very much. I like you. That's it. I'm the woman of your life.
Yes.
And I was like, okay.
I was telling you like, that's
Yeah.
it. That was it. But what I'm trying to say is like I was used to previously in my life, people like men coming into my life and being like, oh my God, you're the woman of my dreams. You're so beautiful. You're so special. You're incredible. And I was kind of used to that. And I never really liked it intuitively, but I kind of sometimes went with it. And what was so shocking for me is that previously or prior to you, I had men being like, move in with me, marry me.
Yeah, but
I want you to live with me. But you were like,
something?
I'm not ready. You were like not even asking me to stay.
But can I say something?
Yes.
I think that men also evolve. There is a stage where we all are like that. When you're 20.
Really?
Yeah, when you're 20, you are.
I thought it was more like
when you're 30, when you're 40, and then and then you grow, and you understand, and there is a certain, we love
maturity.
I think. I mean, for me, that's how it worked. which doesn't mean that works for the other people. But for me, I'm moving, I'm changing.
Yeah.
Every decade, every lustro, we say in Italian, which is 5 years, every 2 years, 3 years, we change the way we are, we change the way we love. And I think that where I am today, I am the most beautiful space. Honestly, because I think that the way I love today is with no drama,
Correct.
which wasn't like that when I was 25.
Really?
Maybe
I
yes.
cannot imagine you
I
ever
was
any
maybe when I was 20,
Stop
25, it was
it.
like, oh my god, I miss you so much. And then you grow, and now at my age, I'm at the stage where I'm more confident. I know exactly what I want, and I think that the one of the 100 reasons why I ask you to marry me is because you are the woman of my life, and you are the woman of my life because you didn't change anything. Before meeting you, my life was perfect. You came into my life, and you didn't change a thing. And that's the most important thing. I think
But I hope I
did.
added some value.
No, you add maybe
support,
you added
love.
you add the whole thing. But I'm talking technically. I was a free man. I was a free spirit. And
Are you trying to say I never constricted anything?
no, never. You are absolutely independent, and I always believed in never in us, but in me and you together.
Yeah.
And that's what we are.
Well, actually, on our first date, we did say that I asked Filippo, like, so how come you're single? Because to me, on paper, he seemed like so perfect that it was just impossible for this man to be single.
Let's specify: single, never been married, no kids.
Yeah.
Because
So I
at
was
my
like,
age, people
yeah.
they always think
I was like, I'm so sorry.
there is something
Like,
wrong.
what is wrong with you? Something must be wrong. And he was like, I just never met anybody who would make my life better than it already is. Like, everybody was kind of like downgrading the life by constricting the freedom, the space, the energy, the trust, the peace in the head that you have, the, like kind of wholeness that you have in your heart. And honestly, I kind of have to say that I felt the same, because I always felt in relationships like someone is constricting me. And it's funny to say, I don't know if you guys believe in zodiac or whatever, but both Filippo and I are Sagittarius in our ascendant. For both of us, it's very important to have that freedom and to never feel constricted, or to never feel like we are having to give up on something because we are in a couple. That's like my thing,
Same.
And that's why also, like, prior to this relationship, I couldn't settle, because I was always feeling like these people are like constricting me, or like I don't have
maybe
peace.
one of the reasons why I never been in a serious relationship is because I never committed. But I never committed because in every relationship there was more taking away than giving. So, which is a different case for all of us out there. Some people need someone, it depends from the person. In my case, I needed someone that
will complement your life
completely, and
Same.
you did perfectly.
And I have to say also that, okay, I waited. I didn't settle until I met I have to say, for me, you are my perfect match in so many different ways, because, you have the bigger boxes that somebody needs to tick off, and then you have the tiny little boxes. And sometimes people tick the small boxes for you, and you settle for the small boxes, but they don't tick the big important boxes for you. And you settle for this person, but that's not the person for you. You need to find the person that is ticking off your most important boxes, because let's face it, baby, nobody's perfect,
No,
nobody's perfect. Everybody has something, but you need to find a person that is kind of like compatible perfectly with you.
Most, baby, I was listening one of my favorite podcasts, and a very important Italian philosopher was saying that we, in our society, they making the divorce very difficult, right? Because the lawyers, they should make weddings difficult, because to get married is a big deal, and you should be able to marry someone only if you promise that you will not change that person.
I think it's very difficult. You know what is very difficult? It is very difficult,
but I think that you should always respect the other person as he is, adding what happened to us, adding more, adding support, adding love,
you should never,
adding anything that
you shouldn't go in with someone thinking, okay, this is problematic, but I'm gonna change that, because that never really happens also. But anyway, that's not the point. So the point is, Filippo then kind of understood that I'm gonna stay, and then what happened? I stayed.
Baby,
baby, I really wanted to tell one story that I never told online, and I never even thought I was gonna tell.
Yes.
And it's when I knew that I never met a man like you in my life before.
When was it?
It was 2 weeks into my stay in Paris. So I've now decided to stay. I'm staying. That's it. Now I've moved to Paris. Okay. So So that's it. I am not feeling well one night, and Filippo is like, don't worry, you're not feeling well, but I'm gonna prepare a dinner for you. Now, keep in mind, everybody has like a soft spot in their body. Like, mine is usually throat, or like I get sometimes like pain in the stomach from stress, but I never like really get sick a lot, to be honest. How many times did I get sick? Not many.
No.
So this one night I'm feeling nauseous, like I'm gonna throw up. And also not one thing that ever happens to me. Keep in mind, I'm like 2 weeks living with this man. It's still very, very new, fresh. And I kind of still want to preserve this princess image. And I feel like he like made salmon for me. It's like, eat, you'll feel better, whatever. I start eating, and all of a sudden I can feel like I'm gonna throw up. So I ran to the bathroom and I closed the door because I'm like, I don't want him to see that I'm like throwing up. It's kind of like embarrassing. And he rushes in the bathroom after me. I'm sorry if this is too graphic. He's holding my hair, giving me cold towel, being like, it's okay, baby. He's like petting me. He's like, it's okay, you'll be fine.
Maybe everybody would have.
Not everybody would have done that, for sure. Like, for
Maybe
sure.
who wouldn't have done that?
Baby, not everybody would have done that. I'm so grateful for that.
doubt.
And then after that, I progressively started getting worse and worse and worse. And this is time of like pandemic. Filippo called like 25,000 doctors trying to find one who would come to our house. And this one man comes. Anyway, I was not having COVID. I was just like, whatever. I was starting to get fever. I get antibiotics. And guys, my fever was 40 and a half. I'm almost hallucinating. And Filippo is like giving me medicine, setting alarm every 2 hours, checking my temperature, putting cold towels on me. He's like, I'm so worried. Like, you need to be fine. Like, making like all these healthy things like ginger honey. Do you remember? Like,
Yep.
You literally were like a mother. Like, I don't know. Like, I cannot compare anybody else on this earth that would take care of you as well as your mother would. And literally, I felt like, why is this man being so nice? And then the next day he took day off. And the day after, I still was having a bit of fever. I remember he was like, he came on his lunch break, brought me lunch, was checking my temperature, was giving me medication, was texting me, was FaceTiming me. How are you? Are you okay? You were changing the bedding in the bed and changing me from one bed to the other. I mean, it was absolutely insane. And in this period of him taking care so well of me, I understood that I struck a jackpot.
But it's I think it was
Because you're the best, literally the best. I don't know how I got so lucky.
normal. Anyway, let's not get too.
But then I already knew for so long that I was going to marry you. I was just waiting for you to understand it.
So then she said, I'm not leaving, and she never left. So now I'm even more confused because am I happy she's here? Yes. Do I want her in my life like that, so aggressively? No. And that's why after that, so we moved together basically, and
Without your will.
without my will. But I knew, I trusted you. Let's put it that way.
And also you knew that I never had a bad intention.
And we
about
had
you.
a beautiful time. Of course, there were days where I was waking up and I was like thinking, who is this woman? I didn't see that coming. So I was trying to adjust. And also, she's Balkan, she's Serbian, she's strong, she's straightforward, she's direct. I'm coming from yoga world where I'm very calm. I always think. So now I have this. How do you say mina vagante?
Like,
this loose cannon walking around the house, ready to explode for any of my behave or word. I'm Italian at the end of the day. We talk a lot.
But I was not very explosive.
We don't really say what we think. Sometimes we la. And so I need to adapt my way to move.
Yeah.
My way to talk.
Correct.
My way to behave.
Also,
and
because
at the
you
beginning,
spend so much time on your own.
Yeah, and
you
at the
didn't
beginning I was like,
understand.
why do I have to change my way of talking for a woman? She needs to understand what I'm saying.
And I kept telling him, I agree that I don't want to change you, but at the same time, you don't speak the same to a teacher, to your wife, to your best friend, to your colleague, to your boss. You have you differently speak to different people, and I don't want to be, as a woman.
Let's say that the diplomacy is not my skill, right?
Yeah.
But then, day by day, we had our argue, we had our fight, never strong fight, to be honest. And then slowly I'm trying to get this woman.
But in
and
the beginning, we
slowly-
were fighting a little bit. Like, I mean, we haven't fought since like June last year.
No, now never. But baby, I must say you did.
In the beginning-
you did an amazing job in the last year, baby. You work on yourself. I work on myself. But you were.
We got to know each other.
Yeah, but I
better.
never explode. You know what I mean? You're always the one that we're taking it to the next level.
True.
Now you're not doing that anymore, which is like I'm super proud proud of. But anyway, so it's been 3 months where I'm looking around, we're still smelling each other. We're trying to understand, are we good for each other? Because you never know, we spend a week together at the end of the day. And then one day after 3 or 4 months, I don't remember, I came out from shower and you were in the bathroom doing makeup. And I was like, okay, now I got it. I love you, you are the one. And from that moment, in my case, I started to build up the idea of living with someone forever, which is never crossed my mind. I always been that guy that was going to India, doing yoga, coming back, doing fashion weeks, working, whatever. But with you, I really settled. And then, we spent
But I can
3
say
years
something
together.
what my dad would say, and I love it when he said it to me when I was
Yeah.
like 20. In utter shock, when I was telling him a story, he asked me, who wouldn't love you? I don't understand.
No, you are pretty much perfect, I must say. You are the most...
No, I just think I'm like very easy to love in terms of like I'm very flexible and I'm very accommodating and I want you to be you and to be comfortable and stuff. I think what my bad side is my temper. If I tell you something a few times that it bothers me, I can explode.
You're tough, like you are professional, you want things done. She's fast, she's quick, she's demanding, but she delivers. That's it. But when it comes on our relationship, she's the most giving and the most loyal person in this planet, which are the two most important things. Giving, loyal, and whatever, everybody has their own beautiful things. But when it comes on Tamara is loyalty, which is super important in our relationship, and the giving, because we are just, the same in that way.
I think also, what it is that I worked a lot on myself and to understand myself as well as my personality, character, etc. But one very important thing about me that I also spoke to my life coach about is that sometimes I don't set clear boundaries. Like I don't say like, hey, this bothers me clearly enough, but I'm like, oh, could you maybe please not do this? And in the past, I've also had friendships or relationships, and because of this, because I didn't set a very clear boundary and something would bother me over and over and over again, and I would say like, or I wouldn't say anything, etc. And then eventually I would burst because I'm like, I've had enough of this behavior of like, like sometimes you have friends and they give like not such nice comments, and you just shut up, you don't say anything, you don't say anything, you don't say anything, and then one day you go crazy and you're like, this friendship is over. And they're like, what happened? And then you're the bad guy because actually you never clearly communicated the boundaries. So from the beginning of this relationship, I was like, my mom always taught me, Tamara, you have to communicate your expectations and your boundaries, because if you don't, why would the other person have to assume that they understand what you're saying?
Yeah.
And so from the beginning of this relationship, I wanted to communicate very straight what I expected from you. And also, it's never a surprise that I always wanted a princess treatment.
Yeah.
I expect, like, that you need to open the door for me. That, like, I like to be soft-spoken.
That's something I'm still working on. Baby, I can't open the door.
Baby, you always open for me. You're the best.
Baby, I don't. I mean, we do, but baby, you want me to open the door also when I'm driving.
Yes.
This is like a next level.
Also, you always take my luggage. You never make me struggle with anything. You carry my, like, you're
baby,
just
this
always...
is what people that love do.
I know, but I communicated that's what I expect. Not everybody expects that.
Yeah.
I communicated everything to the, like, what kind of proposal
Which
I
is
expect.
very important, guys, to do it, especially for your man. We are very basic people. We need to be told what to do. Sometimes, it's the secret. Tell your man what you want. And that's it. Communication is the key most of the time. But anyway, can we move to the engagement?
Yes, we can move to the engagement. I just, wanted to give this little background story. And now I wanted to discuss, Filippo, welcome to my show. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much for deciding to finally join us in this episode.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. What's the name of the show? Tamara's...
Hello, my lovelies.
Hello, my lovely show.
Yes, welcome to Hello, my lovelies show.
Shall I like sit?
Yes, sit like proper. Yeah. The audience would like to know today, when did you decide you were going to propose to me and how did you prepare for this incredible moment of your life? Oh, and one more question, question. Have you ever proposed to anybody else before? I never asked you this.
No, baby, I never bought a ring to anybody. No. So, when did I decide? I decided about a year ago. I didn't had a moment where I saw the light And I was like, okay, I need to get married. No, it was like a,
Gradual. But
Gradual.
we guys spoke about it so much. It's not like something we never spoke about. We lived
To be
together
honest,
for 3 years.
to be honest, you know what happened?
Tell me.
I was thinking now that I remember when I decided to propose you.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was in Dubai. I knew I wanted to propose
No,
this
but
year.
that's not really quite accurate because remember the last summer we were in Capri and we were already inquiring about wedding venues, even if you haven't proposed to me yet.
So we knew that I was going to propose this year.
Yeah.
That's it. But
I don't know how, but we kind of
but
knew. We never
like
communicated,
last
but we knew.
Christmas, I had the illumination about the ring.
Yeah?
Yes.
Well, last Christmas we also went around, tried some rings. We went, guys, you don't even know how hard it is to try on rings because, like, I remember we went to Cartier, we went to Tiffany's, they didn't even have many rings. I tried the princess cut and I knew I didn't like it because it was just
No,
not
but you always
for my hand.
knew that the oval was the right shape.
Also in December, who remembers during the Vlogmas, I tried my friend Elisa's ring and I was like, wow, this is so beautiful. Actually, that's when I knew because I never saw a beautiful ring like that. And I thought her ring was so beautiful. Alyssa Lenore, guys, she has a gorgeous engagement ring. And that's kind of something that I expected. I didn't expect it obviously to be this huge of a stone. I just knew that I wanted an oval. But also at one point, Filippo took me to a jeweler and then we didn't still know. I still haven't tried the pear-shaped. Do you remember?
Yeah.
And then I tried the pear-shaped and I was like, no. The only thing that I knew is that I did not want a halo around the stone. Do you remember?
Yes, yes.
That I knew. I didn't want like stones all
You
around.
didn't want the diamond on the ring.
I wanted the ring to speak for itself, the stone to be beautiful stone that speaks for itself. I wanted like top quality stone. Filippo was saying it needs to be pure like our love and all of this stuff, but I was like,
Baby, I never said anything like that.
Yes, you did, baby.
Baby, don't sell me. I never say it has to be
You
pure,
said
our
it.
love.
Remember once you said like, oh, like purity is very important because our love is pure.
Yes, true.
Okay, we will cut it out if you're embarrassed about this.
It's okay.
This romantic guy.
Now let me tell you the story.
Okay.
Until the end. So anyway, I met someone in December and then I started thinking of the ring. I knew the shape you liked. I wasn't sure about the size because I just asked this guy, just send me some picture of the stone you have. So he sent me the pictures. And there is a funny story here because so there was 3 different size of stones. And one was very big. So I sent the picture to our friend Gloria, which we love
so much. You guys also met her. She was in my Paris fashion.
Yeah, she's from New York. We love her family and everyone. So I said, Gloria, I need your help. So I sent her a picture and I'm like, do you think this is too big? And she's like, Filippo, there is not such a thing as a too big diamond. Baby, it was very big. I was like almost embarrassed. I said,
love
okay,
you, Gloria. Thank you for
so
being
I
my
went for the
wingman.
middle. I went for the middle size, which I thought, which is this one, which I thought it was big, but still chic. Because I think that when you go too big, then it's borderline. But anyway,
and I agree on that.
I
also think that I never expected this size. I expected, as you know, when we had conversations, like I was very clear about how I wanted the band to be, the shape of the diamond, but the carat size.
No, but you never told me anything about sizing. To be honest, because I was sure that whatever was the size of the ring,
I would be
as long as it was coming from me and from my heart, it was fine. And this is not like just some sweet talk. It's true. I could have went with the very small, and you would have been happy. So I got the stone.
Easy to say now, but yes.
Yeah, I like the stone. I love the stone, and now he's doing the ring. So in February.
But also, I'm so sorry to interrupt, baby, but I have to say, we had also your best friend is a super jeweler. She was like also searching for a stone.
Wait, that's
No, I was just gonna say she was searching for a stone. Then remember, I met 2 different jewelers. They were saying to me like, listen, Tamara, we go regularly on like hunts for the stones. We buy stones for the brands. If you need a stone, we can like start searching for a stone for you. Like a lot of people told me, don't worry, if you need a stone, we know people who can find a stone. So we had so many stone offers, and you already worked on it, like.
Not really stone offers. It wasn't offered.
What do you mean?
Nobody
people
was
were offering like to go and help us search for the stone.
Yeah, nobody was offering a stone here.
You mean offering for free?
Yes.
No, offering just means.
So I'm happy with the stone.
The only thing I knew is that I didn't want to do a collaboration.
But you're interrupting.
I'm
all
sorry.
the time.
Wait,
they're gonna see it.
It's true.
And they're gonna say that you always interrupt me, like they said already. So you need to let me talk until the end. But let me tell the story about the ring.
Go.
Okay, right? So I'm very happy with the stone, and they delivered the ring to me in February Fashion Week. I remember I was in the hotel,
In which fashion week?
the Woman Fashion Week, end of February, beginning of
But
March.
which city, baby? Which city?
Paris.
Ah, you didn't say.
So they send me the ring. No, the guy come with the ring in my hotel. We have a meeting in my hotel room. I see the ring and I'm like, wow. Because when you see in the picture, it's one thing. When you see it live, it's another
It's so
thing.
true.
And then I'm like, wow. And then there I realized that what I'm doing is real. There is no
Yeah?
because until you don't see the ring and until you don't pay the ring, it's not your thing. But once you paid and once you have it on your hands, then you're like, okay, now it's like when you deliver a baby, I guess. Now you have a baby. It's not jokes anymore. So there is one thing I'm not very happy with, which is the ring. So I'm very happy with the stone. The ring, I need to work on it. So I called my best friend Sarah. She works as a jewelry designer for a very important brand, and nothing. I said, Sarah, put your own touch because she's like really amazing, and that's what she did. So I gave her the ring, but there was a little problem because the ring it's in platinum. Most of the jewelry they work with the white gold. So this ring was made in platinum, and she said, Filippo, I saw it's very difficult to work with, and the jeweler, the artisan that I know, is not capable to take the responsibility to work on this stone because it can easily break.
I didn't know the diamonds can break.
So I'm like, okay,
Maybe under pressure.
I don't know. Yeah, I also don't know. So I said, okay, no problem. I'm gonna send it back to the jeweler because it was too thick. How do you call it?
The band.
The band. So I'm like, it's okay, Sarah, don't worry. Give it to me and I'm gonna send it back where I bought it, and I'm sure they can do. But I wanted her to do it because she's close to me, So she said, okay, wait, let me check. And then after 3 days, she called me. She said, don't worry, I found the artisan that can do that. So they changed the ring, and now, I don't know if you never show the ring.
No, I will insert the
around.
picture. Also, maybe we can show before and after as well.
Yeah, you can. Because now, when I saw it, I was like, okay, now I really, really love it because you can see the work around it. Because, the ring shouldn't be just about the stone.
Did you decide if you wanted the band to be yellow gold, white gold, platinum?
No, I wanted white.
Okay.
Yeah.
Platinum.
Yeah, platinum.
It's the most dense, I think, or it's the hardest material, right?
It's the softest, so the hardest to break.
Yeah. So today I saw a video which was saying that actually it's the safest one to have support your diamond.
Yeah.
So beautiful. Oh my God.
You can't see it, she will show you, but all around the work
is incredible.
It's really,
it has like
really
a crown
amazing.
underneath.
Yeah.
Which is basically the crown of our love, which is...
I love it. Anyway, so I got the ring 1 week before the proposal because how did I choose the date? The date I choose it according to our availability because I told Tamara, I said, Tammy, I want to celebrate our 3rd year's anniversary. And so 3 years, and it was that weekend that Tamara was free. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take you for a surprise trip. And that was the easiest part because the most difficult was the ring. The easiest part I called at the beginning I wanted to in Venice.
I was sure he was going to propose to me in Venice because also he's from Venice. We have like a special trips there. It was like such a beautiful place, and like we had like anniversaries there before. So I was sure it's going to be Venice or Portofino.
Yeah, and the first choice was Venice, but the hotel I like there was no availability. Portofino, I wanted to go to Belmont because we love it, but you had the job the Monday.
Yeah, it's true.
The coming Monday, so I was like, I don't wanna, to get engaged on the place where she's working, kind of.
Yeah. Right after.
So I was like, okay, Ravello. Ravello is our favorite, but it was just easy logistically to go to Venice or to go to Portofino because the Monday she had to work in Portofino.
I also wouldn't want to get engaged and 2 days after be there.
So I was like, okay, I didn't want to fly to Napoli and then she has to fly back and on Monday go to work. But anyway, I called our friends in Ravello at the Caruso. We love them. They love us.
We stayed there before. We loved it because the staff is incredible. The team is incredible. They have lots of cats.
Yeah, so I asked them, I said, I would like to propose to Tamara and I would like to do it in your beautiful hotel. They were super excited, super happy, also super helpful. They
also
provide us...
our favorite hotel last summer.
Yeah, and they gave us the best room. And
they didn't give us, baby. It was like you booked a stay.
Yeah, I booked the room. but they
Just wanted
they
to
make
be
sure
clear.
that there was that room.
Everything perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, and so that was done. Not a big deal. I said, listen, I want organize a nice dinner. I don't want anything. I'm not that kind of guy. Nothing wrong. Everybody do the engagement the way they want. I know you care a lot about something very beautiful, because if it was for me, baby, I would have proposed you here.
So here is a little pause that I'm gonna make in the story and say that the difference between Filippo and me in the way we are is huge. We are like very different. We're like yin and yang. We're like very different people, but equally so have a lot of understanding for each other. So I'm the one that loves the very overly romantic gestures, and I also am a bit of a like cheesy woman in that sense that I like the Hollywood romantic stuff, but I don't like the too cheesy Hollywood style, like petals and path with the petals and the music, and I don't want any spectators. I always knew that a proposal had to be very private. I didn't want any audience. I always knew that.
Yeah.
It was like it had to be personal and it has to be sentimental. That was it. But that's very hard to achieve. So if you ask me how the proposal was, for me it was 10 out of 10 because all the most perfect boxes were ticked. It was very much us. It involved very deep sentimental feelings. It was very personal and it was very unexpected. And it was unexpected because
I told you that it was going to be
Anniversary.
the 3 years anniversary.
Yeah.
And that was the point, because it's not easy to surprise this one.
Yeah.
It's she
That's
always
very
know.
true. I always know. Also because he asked me before if I expected him to ask my parents for hand in marriage.
I told you many times, there's not going to be any proposal, don't think of anything, whatever. So we arrived in Ravello. I organized a dinner. I said, they showed me the picture. They said, we have this table, which is called the chef table, where we organize like a special dinner. I said, okay, I like it very much. I said, can I have like a lot of candles on the table, because I love candles.
It's very Filippo. Even when he's hosting events or whenever he's organizing an event, it's known to be full of candles.
Yes. So everything was great. I didn't plan any speech. I didn't plan anything. I just wanted to sit there and see what was coming up. What I did plan, it was when I called Tamara's father to ask Tamara's hand. And that was quite, if you ask me, that was the most important moment for me of my proposal, beside when I asked you. Because it was very, emotional. I called Tamara's father. I'm an old style guy, things has to be done in the way that has to be done. And when you propose to a woman, you need to ask her father, in my culture, if just ask for the blessing. Just make sure that, a father that has a daughter wants to hear that from the son in law, right?
Also, my parents love you. I mean, my sister, my parents, everybody, like
Same,
my friends,
same. We love
everybody
each other.
loves you. It's like, I think even if you're like a very kind of like not too softy of a guy, you're like quite like, you're very like deeply emotional, but you're not like on the outside, you're not like soft and sweet spoken. You're very direct, but you're so easy to love.
I called Tamara's father and I said, hi, Tata. I record the call. And I had this idea just
We have
one
this
day.
recording, but I never actually published this because I felt like it was very personal.
No, and we will never publish it, baby. It's quite private.
And also I cried
But
so
I'm
much.
happy to share what I said. And I called the father. I said, hi, Tata. This is Filippo. Do you have a minute for me? Because I need a one-to-one moment, because there is something I would like to ask. He said, of course, Filippo. And I said, you know how happy I am with your daughter. We've been together for 3 years. We're super happy. We love each other. We go along very well. And that's why, before to ask her the most important question I have ever asked anyone in my life, I want to ask you first if, I can marry her.
Yeah.
Because I need your blessing. Because I said, without your blessing, there is no engagement. There is no, of course. I need your father and your mother to be, because then I called the mother as well.
Yeah.
But I wanted them to be super happy for their
Yeah,
daughter.
makes
Because, so he said, wow, I didn't expect this. This is a shock, this and that. But he said very sweetly, of course, you have my blessing, Filippo. And, and then we had a 10-minute talk. And that's it. And then I called your mom as well because I need the same blessing. The one from the father is the one that you need on the paper.
Yeah.
But the one from your mother is the one you need in your heart. So, of course, I had already the one from your sister. And then I recorded the call. And then I bought a vintage.
Also, my dad didn't expect it at all. He was so shocked. And it was just so, like, obviously I cried so much listening my father and my mother both give Filippo the blessing because their responses were different, even though they both said yes. The way that the feedback was different. And also for me to listen my parents talk about me and kind of like give me to the man that I'm supposed to spend the rest of my life with. It was just so emotional. I cried so much, you guys. It was like when I understood also what's going on, and I had no idea. I literally was thinking I am receiving an Hermes Kelly, okay? Or it looked like a Kelly. It was perfectly wrapped. I did not expect a proposal, and then when I heard my dad's voice, I knew what was going on, and I flooded. It was just...
And that's it. And then during dinner, of course, I put the mess box in the table. So Tamara came down, she saw the
They saw
table,
that,
and
yeah.
she saw, I was making sure, I wanted her to see the box immediately so that she doesn't think that
Something
is
is
an
coming.
engagement. Because you know what? You go to Ravello, your boyfriend take you to a surprise trip. You could think maybe it's going to be an engagement. You know?
Okay.
So to avoid that thought,
Yeah.
I just put a big box on the table. And she was walking down. She said, "Oh my God!" And you saw the Hermes box. I said, "Open it." And then she opened it. And then when you saw the opening,
Yeah.
in the video, and then when you saw the thing, you played. And then when you hear as you said, when you hear your father's voice, you understood that there was something different
Yeah.
going on. And then I gave you the ring.
I thought when I opened it, it was a cassette player. I was like, oh my God, it's some kind of romantic celebration, because recently we were dedicating each other songs when we were driving in the car, and it was all like these romantic songs. So anyway, I thought he dedicated me a song. And I was like, oh my God, this is going to be so cheesy. But then when I played, I had like a proper shock. The funny thing is that Filippo, because he always wears skinny jeans, he couldn't have the ring in his pocket, so he hid it in a bush.
Even with the normal pants, you cannot put the box in the jeans.
No?
But baby, how do you put a box in the jeans?
Well, I don't know how everybody does it when they propose to their girlfriends. They're always taking it out of the pocket.
No, they don't. Maybe they're wearing a jacket or something, but a box is a box. But anyway, I hide it on the bush and I couldn't find it, so it's okay.
No, it took you 10 seconds. But he said, now I have to give you something, but I need to find it first. And then he went down on his knees and he opened the box and he said, will you marry me? And I said, yes, but then I looked at the box and there was no ring.
No.
Because
the ring was upside down. Lol.
And that was the moment that we both laughed. I said the ring is upside down, and we laughed so much. And he said, yeah, I did it on purpose. So you first say the answer and then you see the ring.
Exactly.
And then when I saw the ring, I was absolutely shocked, I have to say, because I did not expect even. I expected like a third of this for a ring size, or maybe like half, but definitely not this. And yeah, I basically nothing. Like we then had like this kind of like tasting menu, beautiful dinner. I couldn't eat, my stomach was closed. That was so like full of feelings and emotions, and it was just gorgeous. And also the fact that I knew that he like redesigned his table. He put all these candles that he wanted. He asked them to remove the heaters because it didn't fit his aesthetic. Like everything, like he put so much effort for it to be perfect.
At the end of the day, I'm a Virgo.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
Like my favorite. And also, the one thing that I have to say is that really meant a lot to me is that you put a lot of effort in it, because it doesn't matter how it is. The fact for me that you put a lot of effort in the ring, the fact that you put a lot of effort in the proposal itself, with my family, with people that mean a lot to me, that is what for me makes the proposal so special and so important. And to finish it off,
Yep.
I wanted to ask you a question that a lot of people are asking me.
Yes. Which boots do you wear? No.
Where were you hiding the ring, and how long did you have the ring? Because we lived together.
I had the ring a week before. My friend Sarah gave it to me 1 week. I never had the ring in my hands because I got it in Paris.
Yeah?
And I give it straight away to Sarah.
In Paris or in Milan?
No, in Milan.
Ah, okay.
Then Sarah worked on it, but she kept the ring for 2 months because the ring went to a place, but they couldn't do it. Then it went to another place. So, at the end of the day, I saw the ring at the end of February, and I got the ring back at the end of May. just 1 week before. I hide it in one of my boots.
I would never check there.
Exactly, and that's it. Now it was a beautiful journey.
And
I'm
how
happy.
long ago before the proposal did you decide you were gonna film my parents? Because I know that the proposal was supposed to be something else. It was actually supposed to be a video of the time that we spent together, which you
Yeah,
could have
yeah,
seen
yeah,
at
but
the
that was
beginning
too
of this
cheesy.
video.
No, I didn't, to be honest, I wasn't planning anything.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, I said, okay, I'm gonna just have a dinner and I'm gonna propose to her. That's it. But then, 2 days before to go to Ravello, I got this idea. Don't ask me how. I just got the idea. And then I asked my assistant to go find, I said, Greta, please find me this. I sent her a picture on Amazon, find it.
Yeah.
And she found it. She did an amazing job. She found the thing. She bought the cassette. Of course, she didn't know what was that thing because she's 25. So she never saw anything like that. I said, Greta, don't worry. I know what it is. That's what I was. With this, we used to listen music
Back in the day.
when you were not born. So, okay. Didn't know because maybe she didn't.
Of course,
She never saw it.
yeah.
And then she found it, and that's it. That happened the Wednesday. We
And
left for
traveled
Ravel on Friday.
And you know that I didn't doubt, obviously, that you're going to propose to me. I didn't think you were going to propose to me. But you know that there was one time that I thought you were proposing.
Yes, when?
I never told you this.
No.
On my birthday. But then, I
No
told
way.
you. Well, you know that I told you, please do not
Baby, you
propose
never
to
told me this.
So listen to this.
Yeah.
You know how I told you, please don't propose to me
Yeah,
on my birthday, on Christmas,
Yeah.
or on a press trip,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because nothing against
Yes,
that. I know a lot
yes,
of people get
yes.
proposed on their
Yeah.
birthdays, on Christmas, etc.
Yeah.
I just didn't want it to be on those days. And on my birthday, we did this beautiful dinner, and then all of a sudden you started giving this speech. And it was so emotional. And I was like, no, I hope he's not doing it now. Because also there were like 50 people at my birthday. And you were like, Tamara is the woman of my life. I just wanted to say before I met her, in front of all of these people, you started giving all of this. It's very unlike Filippo.
And you thought I was going to
And
propose?
I was like, if he proposes now, I'm going to disappear from embarrassment because he would put me in such spotlight.
Yeah? But baby, what can you do?
Whoosh! But I was like, this could be a proposal,
Okay.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Because then you could have been like, and for that reason, now that you all are here, I would like to ask her to marry me. And we,
LOL!
oh God, it was like a...
No, baby.
But anyway, and another question that people ask me a lot is, are we planning a wedding?
We are. I don't know if it's gonna be next year or in the next 2 years, but of course we are. Baby, I ask you to marry me because I wanna get married, not just for fun. So yes, we are. But it's a long process because it's not gonna be like a wedding with some friends. It's gonna be kind of a beautiful big thing. So it's gonna take a long time to
Execute.
organize.
Also, we
So
need to search for venues, like...
if we can do it next summer, it would be the best case scenario.
I don't think it's...
But if it's not next summer, it's gonna be the other one, and that's it.
The other thing that...
But there is no, I don't think there is any
Yeah.
pressure on that.
The other thing that even before we got engaged, we discussed is since we love Capri so much, we actually wanted to get married in Capri, and we even inquired around when we saw the venue that we really liked. And it wasn't even a venue, it was like something that belongs to city of Capri. It was so beautiful, like gorgeous space. But then we started thinking about logistics. We weren't sure. I'm not going to reveal too much, but we have few ideas on the places where the wedding might take place.
We are pretty sure where the wedding is gonna take place.
Yeah, but we still need to look at the venues.
Yeah, no, but that's a long research. Also, we don't have, to check a venue, you need a
Time.
week, you need a weekend.
Yeah.
And every weekend is like 2 venues. You
Correct.
cannot see everything one day because it's too confusing,
We just have I think a list of guests. We obviously haven't sent any invites or anything like that, but we have a list. And
Maybe
now
we
I
need
think,
to think of an invitation. Can I be in charge for
yeah,
that?
of course you can be in charge. In fact, you're going to be planning the whole wedding.
No, baby. The whole wedding, it's you just tell me when and where and the time.
Will you go dress shopping with me? Because I want you to come dress shopping, wedding dress shopping with me.
Of course, baby. I choose the dress.
I know that there's obviously this whole I've spoken about it before. People kind
Baby,
of...
how long is this video? Are you sure?
Almost
we
an hour.
Yeah.
More than an hour. Okay, I'm just gonna say the last thing. Yes, so I'm not gonna bore you anymore. I think we've spoken already way too much, but that's the whole story behind everything. Behind the ring, behind all of this stuff. I could not be happier with the way the proposal was. For me, it's 10 out of 10 because it includes my family. It's sentimental, it's deep, it's important, it has meaning. I think what he planned. I've never heard in my life of a proposal so incredibly beautiful as this.
Baby, that's because it was
No,
us.
baby, it was really for me.
Baby, but for
But just for
everyone,
me, this is the most beautiful
But
thing.
for everyone, the proposal is the most
I'm
amazing.
sure, and
Yeah.
I'm just saying that because sometimes people get proposed to and baby they're not happy. They don't like the ring. They don't like the proposal.
There are some funny videos on
yeah.
on
Where-
Instagram when they get proposed at the McDonald's.
I have
or-
to also say that what really helped is that I was always clear. Filippo even asked me, would you expect me to go down on my knee when I propose? And I said, yes, absolutely. Because I never wanted, I always wanted to communicate very, very clearly what I expect from you, what I like, and you always knew that princess treatment is very important to me.
Yes, I love
Thank
you
you
very
for-
much. Mwah.
Thank you for always putting effort to make me happy. That's what I think is the bottom line.
Baby, you make me the happiest man in the world. Ciao, ciao.
Thank you so much for watching, you guys, and see
Bye.
you next time. Bye.